Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna pretend like I'm not in a creepy corner of my room. Today is the second day of February, so I thought it would be a good time to start our February reading vlog. I want to start out by showing you all the books I'm supposed to read this month. Well, by the time you see this, my February TBR will obviously already be out, so this is going to be all the books on that. And then I did actually not finish one book that was on my January TBR, which is Voices in the Snow by Darcy Coates, and I am like on chapter 6 of this book. It's not very far into it, but I'm really enjoying it. I just have had no time to actually sit down and read it. So the first thing I'm going to do is finish this book as quick as possible. I did, even though I didn't finish the 5 books that I picked out for my January TBR, I did read 12 books in January. They just weren't all off of my physical TBR or like books that I chose for it. So now I'm going to get into the 5 books that I chose in my February TBR that I also need to read this month. So we have Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. This is the first in a series. I don't really know much about it besides it's like a Christmas tree farm romance, and it's not exactly Christmas anymore, but it's still like cold outside, so the vibes are still there, and I think I'll enjoy this one. And then this one I'm a little worried about because it's definitely going to take a lot of time. I had it on Kindle Unlimited and then I stupidly returned it thinking I wasn't going to read it anytime soon, and now it is no longer on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm probably going to have to buy the Kindle version because there's no way that I am reading this chunky thing physically. So we have When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Yeah, this is a big book. I don't know much about it besides it's about dragons, and I'm obsessed with dragons recently, which is weird because I haven't read like any books with dragons in it. But yeah, I have this. I really want to get around to reading the Priory of the Orange Tree, and then I also have the Fourth Wing series that I have not read yet. I know, don't come for me. Everyone has read it but me. So yeah, I stupidly bought the first book in paperback, so now I have to wait for the other 2 books to come out in paperback before I can buy those. But I think that I just want to sit down and like binge all 3 of them on my Kindle. I honestly want to do that like right now, but I can't because I need to read all these other books first. But if I have time this month, I really want to read the Fourth Wing series. So let's hope that we get to that. So we have When the Moon Hatched. Yeah, I don't even know how many pages this thing is. Yeah, it's like 700 pages. So pray for me. And then we also have a little mystery called That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. I got this one for Christmas, and I've been really excited to read it ever since I got it. It's just about this girl who was missing, and then her dad finds her and is like, oh, your name is Mary, but she doesn't know if that's who she really is because she can't remember anything. And then we have Heartless by Elsie Silver. I'm slowly making my way through all of Elsie Silver's series. Last month I reread Flawless. I'm pretty sure it's the first one. Yeah, it was going to be my January reading vlog, and then I somehow lost all the clips to it, so that is not going out, sorry. But yeah, I read Flawless, and this month I'm reading Heartless. I gave Flawless like 4.5 stars or whatever, and I think I'm really going to enjoy this one. I forgot who this is about. Cade and Willa. Ooh, I like those characters. So yeah, Elsie Silver is like the queen of cowboy romance, so it's gonna be good. That's all you really need to know about this one, is it's a cowboy romance. And then the last one I got is These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan, and this is the second book in a series. I think it might be a duology or a trilogy, I'm not quite sure. But I think the first one is These Hollow Vows. I need to like read a review or a recap or whatever about the first book before I jump into this, because I honestly have no clue what the first one was about. I read it so long ago, and I've owned this one forever. It's a little bit damaged from my shelves, but that's fine. Yeah, so I'm excited to get around to reading these. If y'all didn't know, my main reading goal for this year is to read all the books in my physical TBR before buying more, which isn't realistic whatsoever, but I at least want to read most of them before I buy more. So right now I am living off of like gift cards from Christmas and my Fairy Loot packages, because like it's the only thing keeping me sane. I've been on the Romantasy subscription since it came out, and I just got accepted for the YA and adult combo box, which I subscribed to, so I'm very excited to get my first one in February. And I also subscribed, they sent out a thing for like a quarterly epic fantasy series thing, which I am very interested in. And so yeah, I don't know when or how that's coming out, but I hope that comes out soon because I love all the Fairy Loot editions that I got. So yeah, I'm going to sit down. I have all my schoolwork done for the day, so I'm honestly just going to sit down and read that Darcy Coates book, and I will let you know my thoughts whenever I have any. Okay guys, we are here with the crappy lighting in my car, and I'm using my phone to record this, but it's also probably really loud because I'm sitting in my work parking lot and everyone keeps driving beside me and they're gonna think I'm crazy for sitting here talking to my phone, but it's whatever. It's fine. I need to work on my social anxiety, so this is a great way to do it. But yeah, I'm sitting in my car waiting to go into work, but I read like 75% of Voices in the Snow last night. Oh my god, these big trucks keep driving by me. You can probably see it. Like, why? Anyway, I read 75% of Voices in the Snow last night, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Up until like 20 or 30%, like, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. I would like pick it up and read some, but then like I just like couldn't get into it, so I'd put it down and start doing something else, and I just like kept procrastinating putting it up. Like I cleaned like my whole house just to like not pick it up, which sounds awful, but then I got to like a really good part. Because if you don't know, this book is like a zombie apocalypse book. This girl, it's like an apocalypse, and she wakes up in this like random house with this random guy, and she doesn't know if she can trust him or not. So the very first part is just like her in the house with this guy, and she doesn't remember like what's going on. But then we get to see like her the day of the apocalypse starting, and she was leaving her house and all that. And I think the apocalypse aspect of this is really different than like a lot of other like TV shows and games like portray it as. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but like just the way the apocalypse started was definitely very different than I've seen it done before. And also like the zombies or whatever in this are like different as well, and it's just really interesting. So I think right now I'm sitting at it. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star just because like the way the beginning started out for me and like how long it took me to start liking it, but I am enjoying it, so it's probably going to be a 4-star. I'll just have to see how the ending goes. And this is a series. I forgot how many are in this series. I think there's like 3 or 4. But I really want to continue on with it. So yeah, I only have like that much to go. And I'm really excited to keep reading it. But I wanted to update y'all that I am enjoying it. So I guess I will let you know my thoughts whenever I finish reading it. I don't know if I'll finish it today, because I'm kind of busy, and I'm also kind of busy tomorrow, so it might be like this weekend before I finish it, but I'll update y'all whenever I do finish it and let you know how I'm feeling. Okay, I'm finally back with a reading update. I finished Voices in the Snow, which was actually last month's book that I never got around to, and yeah, I'm giving it, I'll have to look on Goodreads. If you hear my stomach growling, I'm so sorry. I just got off work and I haven't ate. That's embarrassing. But I'll have to look on Goodreads and I'll like put it on the screen or something when I gave like the final rating, because I can't really remember, because it was like switching back and forth between like a 5 and a 3-star. So I'm pretty sure I gave it like a 4-star or something around there. But I did really enjoy this book, and I'm definitely continuing this series. It is very different. Like, I've never like seen the apocalypse handled in this way, which I think I said in the clip before. Like, not only are like the zombies so different, but just like everything about it is just so different. And I don't even know if I would say, like, I guess it is like zombies, but like, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but y'all definitely need to read this book if you're into like zombies, like The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, all that. It is so good. I highly recommend, and now I have to go buy the whole rest of the series and read it, but I think there's only like 3 more books. I don't know, but something really interesting happened at the end, and it left on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I really need to read it, but I can't buy any more books until I read more of my books, so that is very depressing, but it's fine because now I just have more motivation to read the ones I have. So I didn't bring it in here because it's really heavy, and I have it in my living room, and I'm in my bedroom, and I'm lazy. But I started reading When the Moon Hatched. I'm on chapter like 7, which is only like 10% into it. There's like 100 chapters, but yeah, it is good. I'm enjoying it. I was kind of nervous because the prompt that I picked this book for was to read one of my favorite booktubers' most hated books, and this isn't one of her most hated, but it was on her worst of the year for last year. So I was really nervous going into it, and I've heard a lot of like mixed reviews. Like, a lot of people either love it or hate it. There's not really much in between. So yeah, I think right now I'm leaning towards the love it. Like, it's definitely not a 5-star, but I am enjoying it. But I do see what people are talking about when they always complain about this book, because everyone's biggest complaint is that like it drags on, and just like the wordiness of it, and like it could have been a lot less than 700 pages and still given like the same story. Like, we're on chapter 7 and only like one thing has happened, which I feel like could have been like maybe 1 to 3 chapters. So I definitely get what everyone is saying, but I am liking it. I like her writing style for the most part, if it was a little more condensed. And I like the main character so far. I think we just met our like love interest, if it's enemies to lovers, I don't know. And the one thing that has happened was interesting. So yeah, if y'all don't know what When the Moon Hatched was about, it's basically this fantasy romance where it's basically about dragons, and when the dragons die, they like circle up into themselves and go up into the sky as like moons. And then like a long time ago, they all like fell out of the sky and like would just like destroy random cities when they fell out of the sky. And one hasn't fallen in a long time, and then one falls, aka the name, When the Moon Hatched, whatever. So yeah, this dragon fell out of the sky. That hasn't, like, we don't see that happen. It's just like told to you in the first of the book and on the synopsis or whatever. But yeah, and I don't really know what else it's about. All I know is there's dragons, and I love dragons. And there's 3 different kinds of dragons, which I find really interesting. Like, each different climate of the earth, there's 3, has like different dragons and different like species of animals and stuff within them, which makes sense. But like, I haven't read about that before, so I'm really enjoying it. It's giving me kind of Skyrim vibes. I love Skyrim, and I'm watching one of my favorite YouTubers play right now, so like it's giving the same thing, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm excited to keep reading it, but it is a little discouraging when the book is so long and I keep seeing how much I have left. But I'm just gonna try to sit down and read some more of it whenever I have the time, and then we can move on to the next book, because it is already the 12th of February and I'm just now reading the book from last month. So we still have this plus 4 more books for this month. So yeah, I need to get on a roll. Okay guys, we're back in my little corner, and as you can see, it might look a little different because I have my new bookshelf now. So this is my fantasy shelf. It has 5 shelves. You can only really see 2. I kind of put like my favorites behind me because I knew this is where I would probably spend the majority of my time filming. I still have my other bookshelf in my other room. It has like all my not fantasy, like my thriller, horror, romance, all that. So yeah, I just have like my Sarah J Maas up here, and then the Shatter Me, and then just a couple more like random fantasy that I could fit right there. And then here I have all my Fairy Loot books so far, and I'm really excited because I just got off the waitlist for the adult and YA combo box. So I'm getting my first one of those this month. These are all romantasy besides this one, which I bought for like $200, which is actually insane, but it's because it is Crimson Moth. And it's stunning. Like, this is probably the most gorgeous book I own, and they just announced they're doing the second book, so I am definitely getting it. It's not as pretty as this one, but it's fine. I'm still getting it. So I have this one, which is absolutely stunning, and then this one is also not Fairy Loot. This is an Illumicrate book that I got because it's stunning, but a lot of people actually didn't like it, so I'm a little bit nervous, but that's fine. And then over here I have Priory of the Orange Tree and the prequel, and then just some like popular taller books that fit here. So yeah, that's that. And then obviously I have all my fantasy books here, but I do have an update for you. I feel kind of bad because I haven't updated you in a hot minute. I don't even remember the last thing that I said to you, but I may or may not have stayed up like all night reading the majority of this book. This is all I have left. This much. I'm on page 621 out of like 700. So I'm almost done with this humongous book. And the prompt that I picked this book for was a booktuber's most hated book. So one of my favorite booktubers to watch right now is Covers with Cassidy, and this was on her worst book of 2024 list. I love Cassidy, and I trust her opinion. But this is a 5-star book for me. Like, I have eaten it up, And honestly, I think it's because I'm just imagining the whole world as like Skyrim. I love Skyrim, and just like the dragons and all that, like it's giving exactly what I needed it to give. And I am so excited because the second book is coming out this year, I think, or next year. I don't know, but I'm so excited. But I'm so glad I loved it because this book is humongous. Well, I mean, I'm not done. The ending could, I guess, change my opinion on it, but so far it is getting 5 stars and I'm so incredibly excited. So yeah, I'm going to read the last little bit of this, and I don't know what I'll pick up next. I think probably Flawless, because I need to like get this going. I still have Flawless. I'm trying to look and see what I have over there. Love Light Farms, That's Not My Name, and These Twisted Bonds, I think the other one's called. Yeah, I have those still to read for this month, so I need to get this crack-a-lackin'. But I think I'm gonna sit down and read this part and then try to read Flawless today, because I'm doing college from home because we're snowed in, and we probably will be for like the next 3 or 4 days, so I won't be going to work tomorrow, and that's exciting. So I'll just have like all day tomorrow to read, so hopefully I will make a big dent in this. But I'm also going to be doing a 24-hour reading challenge since I don't have work tomorrow and we're snowed in. So yeah, stay tuned for that video as well. Okay, sorry for the crappy lighting, but I just finished When the Moon Hatched. What? How is that the ending? How is that where it ends? Like, I am so 5 stars. I'm giving it 5 stars. Like, how am I supposed to wait for book 2 to come out? Like, what do I do with myself now? I don't know. Okay guys, I have an update for you. I stayed up a while last night and read a good portion of That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. I didn't plan on reading this, but after I read When the Moon Hatched, I kind of just wanted something short, and this was the shortest book on my TBR. So I picked this up, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's just one of those mysteries that, like, when you start reading it, you just want to keep reading it until you figure out what's happening. So basically it's about this girl who, like, at the start of the book, she wakes up in the middle of a ditch on the side of the road, and she doesn't remember anything about herself. She doesn't remember who she is, how she got there, like, all this stuff. So the police officer takes her back to the station, and while they're there questioning her and everything, this man barges in and is like, oh my gosh, my teenage daughter is missing, and describes basically this girl. And the police officer is like, oh, well, we have her here. So they give her back to her dad, and we see her like living with him or whatever. But then we also have this alternate timeline of this guy whose girlfriend has gone missing, and everyone thinks that he killed her. So we're following that, and kind of like trying to figure out how the two storylines are connected or whatever. So I'm like 70% in. I really want to finish this today, but I need to do a lot of homework today. So, and I need to go to the gym tonight, so I'm probably not going to read this until I get home from the gym, or maybe before I go to the gym. I don't know, because when I'm at the gym I like to listen to audiobooks, and I don't have this on anything, and I don't really want to spend an Audible credit on it when I just have that much left. So I might try to do some schoolwork and then finish this, and yeah, see how that goes. But I don't know what I'm gonna rate it yet. I'm feeling like a 4.5 star. It's not a 5 star. It's not like revolutionary. Most thrillers aren't for me. But it's really good. Like, there's no reason I don't think you would like it. Like, I would recommend this to anyone who likes thrillers. So yeah, I'm going to read some more of this, and I'll let you know whenever I have more thoughts. Okay guys, tomorrow is the last day of February, and I have my last updates for you. I finished That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. And this book was honestly really good. I've heard everyone ranting about it lately, and I can totally see why. Like, it was super interesting. Like, when I was reading it, I would read for like hours at a time because, like, it was good. I wanted to find out what was happening. The only fault I have with this book was the ending. It just wasn't, like, I should have seen it coming. Like, there was hints that it was coming. I just couldn't accept it, and then it did happen, and I was kind of just like, oh, yeah, it was good. I can live with the ending. It was, yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. It was really good. I don't know. I'm getting a little emotional and I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess it's like that time. But yeah, I highly recommend this book if you like mysteries. I don't really know what I could compare this to. I haven't really read any books like this, but it's really, really good. So I definitely recommend this. I think I gave it a 4.5 star. The only thing that didn't make it a 5 star was the ending, because it didn't end how I wanted it to, but I should have seen that coming, like I said. So yeah, this is going to finish up my February reading. I did read a couple more books, but I'm not going to talk to you about them because it's just like boring little things that I read in like a night. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna probably start my March reading vlog tomorrow, and hopefully those will be more interesting because I'll actually sit down and talk to you a little bit more instead of talking to you like once a week. My bad, I've been busy. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you there for the March reading vlog. Thank you guys for coming along with me, and I'll see you in the next one.